Welcome to The Explainer, where we break down big ideas into clear, actionable insights. Today, we're diving into Chioma Nanwaibu's The Builders. This is a powerful roadmap for anyone who's ever felt that quiet little nudge to create something, to fix something, or to lead, especially when you feel like you're the last person who should be doing it. The book kicks off with this dedication, and it's the perfect place for us to start because it gets right to the heart of what a builder really is. See, it's not about having a fancy title or getting a big press release. It's about that quiet moment when you see a need and you feel that little internal whisper that just says, okay, I'll do it. And that whisper, that quiet urge to fix something that's broken, is exactly what the book calls the nudge. It's not some grand announcement from the heavens. It's just this internal feeling of responsibility. And that, right there, is where the builder's journey actually begins. But let's be real, that nudge is almost always met with a huge wave of self-doubt. You know the questions, right? Who am I to lead this? Or am I really confident enough? The book argues that readiness isn't the starting line at all. The real starting line is that feeling of responsibility. That's it. So, once you feel that sense of responsibility, where in the world do you start? Well, before you can build anything out there in the world, you have to build your internal foundation first. And that foundation starts with one thing: your core values. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. The book makes this crucial distinction between the values we just sort of inherit, from our family or society, and the values we consciously choose for ourselves. One is automatic, the other is intentional, and that, my friends, makes all the difference. And wow, this quote just illustrates the power of chosen values perfectly. While he was imprisoned, Nelson Mandela was offered a deal. Just renounce his beliefs and he'd be allowed to go to his son's funeral. He refused, saying, "Prisoners cannot bargain." His values were his own. They were chosen, and they were absolutely non-negotiable, even under that kind of unimaginable pressure. Okay, so you have your values set. What about that doubt that keeps you from actually doing anything? Well, the book totally flips a common idea on its head here. Confidence isn't something you wait around for. It's something you build through action. Think of it like a feedback loop. When you take action, even a tiny little step, you start to build competence. That competence then builds genuine confidence. We're not talking about arrogance here. And that earned confidence is what gives you the courage to take on bigger and bigger challenges. It all feeds itself. And the secret sauce here? It's consistency. Take James Clear. He didn't just wake up one day as an expert. He got there by taking small, consistent actions, publishing 2 articles a week every single week, even when nobody was reading them. He proved the loop works. His actions created the evidence that finally silenced his own doubt. So, you've done the internal work, you've got some momentum going. Now what? Now the builder has to face the external world. And this is where leadership is truly forged, in the fire of adversity. The book wants us to reframe adversity completely. It argues that challenges aren't there to stop you. No. They are the essential test. They're what proves the strength of your character, your values, and your vision. It's like a refining process. There's this incredible historical example in the book, the story of Nehemiah rebuilding the wall of Jerusalem. It's basically a playbook for navigating opposition. For every single type of attack he faced, from mockery and physical threats to straight-up smear campaigns, he had a clear, strategic response that just kept the mission moving forward. All right, this brings us to the final stage of the builder's journey. And it's not about personal victory. It's about creating something that will outlive you. It's about legacy. So what's the real difference between a temporary achievement and a lasting legacy? It's this. Are you building something that depends entirely on you, or are you building a system that empowers others to continue the work even without you? One is fragile, the other is truly built to last. So how do you build a system like that? It's simpler than you might think. You document your process. Great builders like Jeff Bezos and Warren Buffett didn't just succeed. They wrote down their thinking in shareholder letters. They turned their philosophies into operating systems that could outlast them and be studied for generations to come. And really, this is what it all boils down to. Building to last means moving from a personal mission to a shared one. A true legacy isn't what you achieve for yourself. It's the capabilities and the vision that you instill in other people, empowering them to carry the torch forward. So as we wrap this up,
the book leaves us with this final, really powerful question. It brings the entire journey, from the nudge to the values to the action, right back to you and the work that's waiting for you. The wall in front of you isn't going to rebuild itself. So, what's the first brick you will lay?